Now, on Tuesday night, Tucker Carlson went into a completely racist segment targeting Representative Ilhan Omar. Now, in this segment, Carlson described Omar as, quote, living proof that the way that we practice immigration has become dangerous to this country. In fact, I want to show you that whole segment and his words, and we'll break it down.
Omar isn't disappointed in America. She's enraged by it. Virtually every public statement she makes accuses Americans of bigotry and racism. This is an immoral country, she says. She has undisguised contempt for the United States and for its people. That should worry you, and not just because Omar is now a sitting member of Congress. Ilhan Omar is living proof that the way we practice immigration has become dangerous to this country. A system designed to strengthen America is instead undermining it. Some of the very people we try hardest to help have come to hate us passionately. Maybe that's our fault for asking too little of our immigrants. We aren't self-confident enough to make them assimilate so they never feel fully American. Or maybe the problem is deeper than that. Maybe we're importing people from places whose values are simply antithetical to ours. Who knows what the problem is? But there is a problem. And whatever the cause, this cannot continue. It's not sustainable. No country can import large numbers of people who hate it and expect to survive. The Romans were the last to try that with predictable results.
Whew. Okay. Look, man, that was pretty racist, even for Tucker Carlson. So this whole thing is, Ilhan Omar tries to make a point that, hey, America is not perfect. America needs to be better, especially when it comes to treating everybody the same, right? Whether it be different skin color, ethnicity, whatever. Tucker Carlson says, oh, no. If we treat everybody the same, well, that's dangerous. Really? Now, look, his response, of course, was referencing a recent Washington Post profile that quoted Omar as telling high school students, quote, I grew up in an extremely unjust society, and the only thing that made my family excited about coming to the United States was that the United States was supposed to be the country that guaranteed justice to all. So I feel it necessary for me to speak out about that promise that's not kept. You can't look at this country and think, no, we totally treat everybody the same. Well, equal, regardless of ancestry, skin color, religion, etc. If you believe that, you are not paying attention. Or you're ignorant. And bless your heart, because you know what? You can actually fix ignorance. Or you could be somebody like Tucker Carlson, and you can't fix that. And look, the reason I say that, look at me, right? I was actually super ignorant before. I didn't know all this was going on, but I learned. I learned that we all have a racial blind spot. We all have our own internal biases, things that we're not even aware of. But we fix that through learning, through education, through talking and listening to other people. Not talking at other people, but talking to, and most importantly, listening to other people's perspectives. Ilhan Omar has a very important perspective as a young Muslim woman who is serving in Congress. Maybe you should listen to her and her criticisms and actually try to understand where she's coming from and understand that she doesn't want to. I mean, it's ridiculous that Tucker Carlson basically believes that, oh no, she wants to come in and undermine America because she is absolutely antithetical to America's values and wants to bring down this country. What a load of horse crap. No, what she wants to do is to make this country a better place, not just for white people like me and Tucker Carlson, but for everybody. Because as a white person, we've actually got it pretty dang good. And I understand if you are somebody who is in a poor area and you're struggling to find a job, I get why you could say, Jeff, that is totally not true, you stupid libtard. I've got it super tough. You may have it tough. And I can agree to that. I talk about economic inequality all the time, and it does affect white people. But where you have it pretty bad, there's a guarantee that there is somebody who is of color who has it even worse. You look at the net worth, the value of a white family versus a black family, somewhere the average white family is somewhere around $50,000, their net worth. Black people, $6,000. They cannot build generational wealth, whereas white people do have that generational wealth. And while there are cases where there is a black person or a Muslim or someone that is that has ascended to a higher office, in the case of Omar, or has become a wealthy person in America, there is hundreds, millions of cases where that is not the case, and they are not living up to the potential that they have. Tucker Carlson's 100% wrong. Omar is just trying to say that America, hey, look, it's not so good, it's not so rosy. If you look like me, so let's change it for the better. Tucker Carlson says no way, that's not an issue. Why? It's because, for one, he views it from, again, a classic racist perspective. More rights for her, more power for her, means less for us. He thinks that people like her are the real problem. You know what? And he believes that he's a patriot. Let me tell you what a real patriot is. A patriot is somebody who loves their country enough to call it out when it's wrong, when it doesn't live to the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. That's what a patriot is. Those who refuse that and only give blind patriotism, they are part of the problem. And by the way, getting back to his Rome comment, right? Rome didn't fall because of immigration, right? There were a lot of different factors that contributed to the fall of Rome, including lead poisoning, constant war, income and wealth inequality, barbarian invasions, internal strife and corruption, spending too much on their military and not enough on infrastructure. Oh no. I just realized that a lot of those factors, lead poisoning and Flint, military adventurism all over the globe. Oh no. To be fair, Tucker Carlson also seems to be against the military adventurism. Income and wealth inequality, which is massive. Internal corruption in our politics. Oh my God. Infrastructure falling apart. We are the new Rome, guys. Immigration doesn't seem to be the biggest problem facing us. Now, Ilhan Omar, she responded to this, and she responded in the best way possible. She said, quote, "Not gonna lie, it's kind of fun watching a racist fool like this weeping about my presence in Congress. No lies will stamp out my love for this country or my resolve to make our union more perfect. They're just going to have to get used to calling me Congresswoman." Nailed it. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.